Hello, Vilas. Hi. Hi,
Hello,
Amar.
Arya.
Hi, Lata. Nice to
Hi.
meet you both.
Nice meeting you. Yeah.
I saw
Yeah,
Amar once, but I never, first time we met.
yeah, whenever you would like to drop off, you can.
Okay,
We're going to
yeah.
meet for an hour, not more than that.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I'll drop after a while because I have to take care of my son and cook dinner for him.
Yes. Yeah, you take care of Luke.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. Okay.
Who else is joining?
I don't know. Avanti wanted to join. I'm just waiting for a minute or so and then start.
What does the name Avanti and Lata means?
Lata means creeper.
Like a plant that grows around.
Yeah.
I somehow understood that it's, I don't know, names have a lot of power. I am a very adaptable or a person. Whichever way you give through, I will move somehow.
That's nice. Very adaptive.
Yeah, and then in India, there are many beautiful flowering creepers. They smell very exotic.
Oh, nice.
Okay. So when they put the name Lata for a female, it means that she's not only going to adjust anything that comes in her life, but she'll be aromatic, meaning nature would be very good.
Nice. Wonderful.
So that's the deepest connotation of naming any girl as Lata.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Nice.
That's good to know.
Yeah. Which city are you in, Lata? Which city are you in?
Dallas.
Dallas. Okay, so are you friend with Amar or?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amar is how I came to know about Vilas.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Nice.
First time I met Lata 3 years ago, right?
Yeah.
She was finishing 30 days course and I was serving.
Yeah.
So you were a colleague or no? Or just
No. We just go to like central
no.
server, like serving.
Aryu, let me give you a clarity. They both are masters in Vipassana in VRI.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
And then Lata has got a gold medal in VRI.
Okay.
She's done many 45 days courses, 30 days course, 20 days course, and all of that.
Wow, wonderful.
Every year, I think you do 45 days, right?
Not 45, 30.
I saw last year also.
Last year was my first time doing a 45.
Yeah. I just go to there for serving. I was in kind of I'm like a technical lead. I take care of all technology stuff there.
Wow, nice.
Yeah. So and I was serving in the trustee for some time also.
Wonderful.
Next time, Aryu, when we meet in the US, we have to make a US group and then we all meet together.
Yeah.
I think next time I'm around the US, I think we need to do that.
Yeah, I think next probably it should be your destination Dallas. I think we'll have a few more.
Where are you from, Aryu?
He's from Mountain View.
Oh, Mountain View. California.
California.
Yes,
Bay Area.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
He works with Google, Lata, and you know about Amar, where he works anyway.
Yeah. Oh, you're from Google. Okay.
Yeah. What about you? Are you in technology or?
No, I'm not in technology. Right? I'm actually a therapist. I'm a physical therapist and a yoga therapist.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Good theory.
So next time around when we meet, she's going to give a good amount of therapy to us.
Yeah. I do take therapy style yoga classes. That's my niche. Yeah.
Nice.
And on a lighter note, in India, we call therapist as the rapist. The rapist.
Oh, no. Yeah, but here it's not like that.
Because they press so hard, it's like somebody's raping you. Okay, I don't think so. She's joining or whatever it is. So now let's do that. By any chance, do you want to record? No, don't record a session. I'll do an audio recording so that I can upload it.
Yeah,
That'd be nice.
I've started on the side already. Since I joined, I started it, but I may drop off later. Yeah.
Okay, so then I will not consider that recording yours.
Yeah. I may or may not. Yeah, just record yourself. Yeah. If you want.
Okay, great. So just a small introduction about what we are trying to achieve is that we need to set a timeline, like 6 months, a year, or something like that, to see the progress. So divided by, take 180 days, 6 months, create 2 time frame, 3 months each, and then just like a quarter. So you can assess your progress by quarter. So if you have 4 quarters, and then you know what you have achieved by quarter. And then what we do is we divide that into months, so you get 3 months. And that you make it 2 weeks, which becomes like a fortnight, which is what the uposatha is. Okay, and that's the reason it is made that way. That every 15 days you evaluate and see how far have you got, one on the full moon day and one on the new moon day. Okay, that's a short way of saying what we are going to do. So if you want, you can have a four full quarters. That means a year. So let's say we're starting on 8/14, August 14th. So then here is 14th and yours 13th. So then the next time you got to reevaluate the whole thing out is in 2026. Okay, that's how you do it. So your commitment is for the entire year, unhindered. That should be the approach. So now you have to put a goal. I need to be, let's say, Sotapanna in 1 year time. Fair. You will be there. I want to be a Sakadagami. You would be there. And I need to be an Anagami. You would be there. And I want to be an Arhat. You would be there. That is the power of dhamma. Otherwise, there's no point. We're just playing with religion. Why I'm bringing this aspect is that we've been doing this for a long time. And you've been doing, Amar has been doing, Lata has been doing, and so everyone around in the Hindi group or English group or whatever group we have. I think we have had enough of things, or we have enough of tools that can make this happen. Okay, so that's the approach. Against that, you have a particular set of tools and technique to verify, validate, or something like that. Let's take example of Chuladasa, mind illuminated. What does that do to you is it helps you in arriving at conclusion on. We just started on the, so you can mute and continue, and then we will have a talk.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So I'm just laying out the whole structure. So just to recap is that make it a year or 6 months, 180 days or 365 days, divided by quarters, you get 4 quarters, and then now you say what you want. I want to be a Sotapanna by the end of this, by the next, means say 14th of August 2026, you want to be a Sotapanna, meaning confirmed by yourself, not by some person, and you believe, yeah, what he says is true. No, that wouldn't work. In Buddha Dhamma, this kind of maybe, he made me a this and that doesn't work. Okay, is it or is it not? That's it. Only 0 and 1. There's nothing like, oh, I think he's said to be a Sotapanna or a Sakadagami, Anagami, Arhat. That doesn't work in Dhamma. You are or you're not. It can be, I think I am, but there are a lot of things I need to do. No. Okay. So you need to set a target. Amar has to set his target, and Lata has to set her target, and Avanti, you need to set your target, and Ariu has to set his target, and like that, everyone has to set their target. Oh, you know what? We don't get so much time. We are householders, and blah blah, all that. Things doesn't work. You have to set a target. So it's up to you, not up to me, not up to you. It's just you have to do it. If you think you want it, you do it. Okay. Now say I have decided that time. Okay. And adhitthana means determination. You've determined, you want it, you pursue it. Just like I want a job and I pursue it. I don't mind taking a course, I don't mind doing this and doing that, and ultimately I want to join that organization. Okay, something similar to that. And then you get it. That's the beauty of it. Right? So we all did our graduation, masters, or whatever it is, and we got into jobs. I don't think so anybody gave us a job without that. On the other side of the globe where you all are settled down in the US, I don't think so somebody called you there and saying that, hey, I think we are getting bored, why don't you come here and make your living? I don't think so that was the case. Maybe you might like that place or might not like the place, but there was a motivation for you to get into US for whatever reason it was. Okay, like Ariu came for studies and somebody would have come for something else. Somebody hopped into marriage and then they came to US, and maybe that's okay still. But that person who married you would be in the US. So that's the reason you're there. So anyway, coming back to this point is set a goal as the first thing, what you want. I'm generally shopping. That won't work. Absolutely clear. Now, some days I want to do Burmese method, and some days Sri Lankan method, and some day Thai method. Not work. Because that's not how Dhamma is made. Dhamma is Dhamma. There's nothing called Sri Lankan or Thai or Burmese or Tibetan or this or that or whatever. These are stickers. They have no literal meaning at all. So don't go by traditions. Don't go by opinions. Don't go by somebody said, oh, you know what, I'm following this. Why shouldn't you follow? No. And refer to Kalama Sutta. That's what he says. And he's right. You're going to get caught up in this madness. Now, having set an agenda for yourself, now we are in a process. Okay. Any questions so far? No. You just have to first set a goal. And I don't know what goal you have. So each one of you might have different. There are only 4 goals. 3 for Sekka and 1 for Asekka. That's it. There's no, what are the different kind of goals? Or like some kind of products? No. Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, Sekka, these 3, they're trainees, and Arhat is non-trainee. That's it. Done. If you put Arhat, I have to be working towards that. That's it. No changing. Now you can't say, you know what, I'm changing my mind. Doesn't matter. You shouldn't change for the whole year. Then evaluate at the end of the year. Divided by 4 parts, quarters, that you divide every month, that you divide twice in a month, which is what you're going to do at Uposatta. It's not about Uposatta means I go to a monastery and I take some bhante and then give me 8 precepts and all that. Those are not what is Uposatta meant for. It's for complete cleansing of ourselves every 15 days. So bath is every day on Dhamma. A good head bath with all body parts bath is on 15th day. In fact, the sutta also says the same thing. He says, how do you clean your hair, and then how do you clean your body, and how do you clean your clothes, and all of that. If you refer to the Uposatta Sutta, and you will be shocked that he talks exactly what I'm saying there. Okay? It's all about this. Anguttara Nikaya 3.70, if somebody would like to refer to it, feel free to refer. There are 5 uposattas and you need to do that. So this is how we evaluate. Okay, so goal is set. Done. Now you have to start on what is Buddha. If you think Buddha is a person, then take a gun and shoot yourself. If you at all think Buddha is a person and the image what you're seeing as Buddha is the Buddha, then you have made an idiot of everything. Okay? There's nothing called as Buddha as a person. Buddha is a state of the mind, not a person, by definition. So if we say iti pi so bhagava, this is how Bhagava will be. He will be in arham, ended the suffering. Samma sambuddho. Okay, that means he has found it for himself. Vidya charana sampanno. This is exactly what we are going to do now. For the next 1 year, we are going to do this. That's it. Nothing else we are going to do. We're just going to copy and paste the qualities of Buddha in us. Okay. If the question comes, would you become a Buddha? Yes, from a standpoint of Arhat. Yes. But you will not be a Samma Sambuddha. But yes, you would. Failing which, that means I failed the exam, then I become an Anagami. I failed that exam, then I became a Sakadagami. I failed that as well, I became a Sotapanna. That's it. You can't fail beyond that. And that's the promise from the Dhamma, not from the Buddha. So the Dhamma would say that if you fail here, you would be reborn as a human or a deva. So you will not be born in the apayas, which means danger places or woeful existences. So that's what we are going to be doing. So you might at the end of the year become a Sotapanna. If you're already a Sotapanna, you might turn yourself to an Sakadagami. If you're already a Sakadagami, you might turn yourself into an Anagami. If you are an Anagami, you may not become an Arhat, because even I don't know how to get there. So I'm also searching for myself. If I find it, I will let you know. And then that means I know the whole path. As far as a 3 path goes, 3 stations goes, I know it. So I wouldn't mind journeying together for the next 1 year with you. If you're really serious and you're in the game. Clear? So I'm just trying out the stunt with you. So I pulled in Aryu because he's my oldest Dhamma friend. And he's like my son, and so I can't leave my son away. So I want him to participate in this journey. So from 2019, he's been there with me. So I can't divorce my son and say, you know what, I've got somebody else with me. And I really mean it. He's like a son to me. Okay, so let him benefit whatever we do. And I'm sure he can do it. So I didn't want him to get unsettled. Let him get settled. Anyway, coming back to this subject. So first thing, we set a goal. So you set a goal. Clear goal. So what you're going to do is to look at
review the goal and see whether it makes sense to you. Let's say, out of my madness, I'll say I want to be an arhat. I need to be realistic. So you should put in SMART. I think you have heard about SMART objectives, right? So something like that. Simple, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. SMART. Okay. Should be simple. What's the simple here? Ethics. Sila. The most simplest thing. 5 precepts. Don't break it. If you break it, fix it. Write it down in a piece of, or not a piece of paper, maybe on your mobile device or a book or a diary or whatever that is. I know you've been doing, but I'm just saying. So ensure you revisit before sleeping and make a determination. I will not do this tomorrow. And sleep. That's it. You don't have to prove yourself you will not, and something like that. Just make a note in your mind. I'm sorry. I will not do this tomorrow. And don't question that. Will it work? I don't know. No doubts. Don't bring any doubt. Just have to reaffirm it will work. So let's say, yes, Lata, go ahead.
So, in this, sir, I have a question now that a lot of us work and we have outside connections and all that. So, does white lie also come into
Yes.
this?
White lie, green lie, blue lie, whichever lie, whatever colors. If you add a color, then you're dead.
Okay. So, if there is a situation where we don't want to tell that, then what do we do?
Make it in such a way that you are not telling lies. America is known to make lies in a very nice way. I think by now you would have learned how to put it in a, can I come to your house for a tea? If it is not an inconvenience to you, this is a huge going around, right? So you could have just called and said, I just want to meet you. Instead of that, he would pretend as though he is so concerned. That's a white lie. That's what it is. So now you have to change that. Try max number of times not to do something which will compromise your goal. If it's absolute necessity, without which you can't do it, then try white lie.
Sir, even manipulation is considered a lie?
Yes, anything that is going to change the way of things is a lie. It's like giving a testimony. Somebody asks, did this happen? And then I give some story. Instead of answering yes or no. Now you might ask a question, that means I'm going to fail. Absolutely. So you know the result. No matter how much you try to get into whatever you want to do, it'll not work. So you need to see whether you want to put your life in risk of coming back to this state of existence in with a worse condition than what you are, or you're going to take it head on and choose the words, because it's all about play of words. Your intention shouldn't be to tell lies. Now you take some words which makes a good meaning and give them. So you to practice the art of relaxation before you attempt to tell someone something. So I should become a good listener before I speak anything out. So that's the most easiest way to cut out lies. Because you've taken sufficient amount of time to say what to say. You're thought out. What we do is we just blurt it out. We just say what it comes to our mind because we're so used to it. So now you're reversing the tendencies because you're going to develop sati, mindfulness. And for that reason, you're going to relax by your watching the breath. And that's how all of these things fall in place. Because the more you watch the breath, the lesser you are reactive to it. So you'll get a lot of time. And now you have to choose appropriate words. Just like, jigsaw puzzles or word puzzles, and then you just put some good words. Suvacha, good talk, and then you put it across to that person. So that makes sense. Because that will cut out harsh speech and slander and just talking for the sake of talking.
Now, can I ask you a follow-up question on this?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, now I don't even want to take very complicated situations in life, very, very simple things. Now, for example, you go to someone's place and they make you something and they're very close to you, watching you, asking, oh, how is this? How do you like it? Maybe it's not to your taste, but still you don't want to make them feel, upset, or they made it for you. For that, you say, yeah, it's good. But it is not something that you would personally, if given a choice, you would not choose it. You're getting what I'm saying? Kind of, that won't be your preferable food or something. Like I'm just hypothetical situation. I'm just asking a question like that. So usually what do we do is we say, yeah, it is good, it's very tasty, yeah, it's very nice, so that we don't make the host feel bad. So is that considered a lie?
Absolutely. Now, what you can do is like this. You can tell that person, thank you so much for the food. However it was, it is nice that you have made me get rid of suffering, which is hunger. That's it. That's the truth. And he will not feel offended, or she will not feel offended with that, because that's an ultimate truth. He has cured your hunger. So you can say, I'm so grateful to you that you have given me food. Then a taste as a reference, which would have created a misunderstanding, or you just say, yeah, it's pretty good, it's so nice, but actually it's not. It's awful, but you're just saying for the sake of saying it. Let's say I were to cook at your place and I know I can't cook good, and I'm your teacher, let's say, and then you take a stand that, oh, he's my teacher who's cooking it. And then what would you do? You would say, sir, your food is excellent, but knowing very well it's not. No, that doesn't work, Harry. I know I would have said that. It's interesting, but interesting means it's a puzzle thing, right? So I'm puzzled on the way the food is. It's just a pure US way of putting off things, saying that, oh yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, this went into my head though. It did. That line did go into my head. People do tell here. It's very interesting.
Yeah, what it means is that I'm not yet able to see whether I like it or I don't like it. I'm not too sure about it. So it's pretty interesting. So when I meet Avanti, let's say, and I say, yeah, you're pretty interesting. What does that mean? It means I'm not too sure about you. It's a white lie. Right? Yes.
Now I know. I don't understand what does it mean. Now I know that interesting means I'm puzzled. My daughter, she doesn't talk bad about anyone. Never. Right? My younger one. And she said she wanted to tell something to me about someone and she didn't want to say anything bad. She said, no, they are interesting. I don't know what does it mean. What made it interesting? Like in a weird way. Like they are strange. They are weird. She wouldn't say they are bad. I don't like their behavior or anything. But she said, "Oh, I don't know, but they are interesting." Okay. so,
What's
so now I know.
the meaning of being interesting? Yeah, so let us allow Amar to talk. He wanted to ask me something or talk something.
No, no, I was just tell you my experience of the this 5 precept. This is the one thing I understood, like several years ago, 2019. That's where, and initially I did have to practice, right? But I'm surprised that for past couple of years, I don't get into situation where definitely like my life has already changed, meaning like I don't have very few like social interaction which I used to have almost every week, right? But for past like couple of years, right, I don't get into situation that would break my precept. Myself is really surprised. So I did the first initial thing I did was to practice the 5 precept for several years, like that's the one thing I understood, that would take me to to the pattern first. But the consequences is, although I'm very happy that I don't have a lot of the friends I used to have, they don't come to me anymore, and I'm perfectly okay. So just wanted to share that experience. Like luckily I don't have to, seriously I don't, except for like I've been in the family also, like it really happens to me these days.
Good,
I,
Amar. Yeah,
I
one.
wonder.
Yes, go ahead. Yeah, Avanti, go ahead.
Is it because I'm able to follow Shield? Is it because I don't encounter those situations, or my Shield is really strong? So sometimes I wonder. So I question myself: can I keep my mind pure all the time? After every good meditation, this is the first thing I comes to me. The first thought comes up: how can I keep my mind like that forever? Can I keep it pure all the time? And then I wonder that, is it because I don't have such situations where I have to break my shield? That's why I'm able to follow those precepts, or is it really strong now? I mean, I just don't encounter any such situations anymore.
Okay, so let me answer to your question in a proper way so that the guessing work will not. In Buddha Dhamma, there's nothing called to guess. So I'm starting today. Whatever I've done in the past, I don't know. Fine. All buried in ashes. Today I'm starting. So today I'm taking 5 precepts. And I make a note. The Buddha Dhamma is all about changing the conditions. Right? So now when you change the condition, the situations also changes along with that. Slowly you would see the situations don't even come for you to tell any lies. Meaning, you would not get a situation where you had to manipulate to say something just to keep someone pretty happy. Okay. Like what Amar said, you will start losing worldly friends who made no sense. So let's say, should I have to follow Trump, what he's doing? That thought doesn't even come. Because you start feeling compassionate to everyone, that they all are doing something which is like a child taking a toy and doing some stupid thing. And there's a parent you're watching, and you want to tell the child, hey, you don't do this. It's not good for you. But the child is misbehaving, and then, okay, it's your choice. And then nature is going to do what it has to do. Right? And then you just let it go. So you'll not create an animosity. And because of that, you will not get into situations at all. I'm in India, and majority of these guys are from that part, and even China, if you take it. India and China has almost the same kind of issues. right? Too much of population and too many things happening around. Do you think you can survive in this place without telling lies? Just think. Every bit of it is a lie. If you want to survive, you have to tell lies. And you've been taught to tell lies. But when you are on Dhamma, amazing thing happens. You'll never get into a situation. So it's up to you. You might say that, I don't know how it's happening, but in reality,
yeah.
you're changing the condition. Yes, Amar.
If you really looked at it, I could see the gradual progression of that happening, because
Yes.
I can clearly see my past life. Like, past life means, like, I can clearly point out, how I used to be, how I told you so, right? I was very concerned person, and I used to have a huge, like, social groups. I almost every week party this or the, right. And if at the time, yeah, definitely, like, all seals were broken, except I really did panatpatya from my childhood. That was one thing I was very right. And the other three seals, I almost have broken almost on daily basis, right. uh, I used to drink a lot, almost whole night, right? And definitely, like, you're, with the, a lot of the friends, and definitely the lie is definitely when you
Yeah,
start
see,
talking, right?
Amma, I understand. We all are sinners, so we are not saints. We know saints, so leave it.
Right,
So, add you and me and you added together, I think the other two ladies are going to run away with the amount of things we have done in our life. So it's okay. So we don't have to, maybe when we meet and we can share each other's.
No, what I'm saying is, I am really surprised myself now today. I look at it,
Yes, absolutely. It
I,
will change. That's the
yeah,
underlying, it will change. So
right.
basically, you're changing the condition. There are two conditions, one which will take you to a bad existence, and one which will take you to good existence. So in whichever day we start, let's starting on 14th of August here in India and 13th of August to you in US is fine. We don't have to have a remorse feeling. Oh, I did this, I used to do that, and this and that, and all that. It's fine. So you can review it, and you'll see in a quarter that the complete conditions have changed. So you rarely get a situation like that, provided you make it. You make a determination that I will not do this, and it works. And the one what I'm saying you to write, you will be shocked that within 45 days, the whole book will be empty. You wouldn't be breaking even one. And there won't be a condition for you to break it. You should try it out and see it for yourself. Okay. And in this regard, doubt is going to come, and then you're going to get restless, then you're going to feel something, and all of that is going to, five hindrances are going to come. You're just going to shred it, put it aside, saying that I want to do this. Okay, that's the first thing, precepts. Okay. You mean write your sankalpa? Yeah, you determine, right? You just say, I want to do this. Yes, that's right. So once I do the sila, the next one is more stronger dose, that is indriya samvara. That means guarding the sense dose. Here is where Chuladasa, mind eliminated, or whatever you would like to use for watching the breath, because breath watching is the only way to cut the senses from going out. If you don't have an anchor, all the senses will start running somewhere. So those of you who are well versed with Mind Illuminated, I am suggesting them to continue on that till you have a strong grasp of mindfulness of breath. I'm not talking about Anapanasati Sutta, that comes later, but the Chuladasa's book of stage 1 to stage 10, if you could master, you've done 60% of what Buddha says is good foundation. Just like Lata has done so many retreats in Goenka, it gives a stability, but that's not what it is. But it gives a stability. It's fine, it's good. And maybe Avanti you have done, or Amar has done, and Aryu has gone to one retreat. He didn't like much. It's fine. It's okay. So don't have to now start thinking, oh, I need to go back to the retreat. No, you don't have to. But if you've done retreats, enough. It's good. You can't buy the same product again and again thinking it's going to change something else. No, you'll get the same result. Okay, so the next one, which we have to do, which will take the entire quarter, is Indriya Samvara. The whole quarter will go away, or maybe 2 quarters, 6 months. Because you should watch your breath for 18 to 20 hours in a day, without which the senses will not be guarded. Why? The 2 things we do on Indriyas, we describe it. I'm looking at Avanti, she's fair, at least on this camera. I really don't know whether she's really fair or she's not fair. And hers are still dark, and I don't have hair, so I wish I had hairs, and I'm bald, and then she looks younger, and so many things happening. So that is description. So Buddha says, Nana Vyanjana Grahi Hoti. That means we keep on multiplying it with language and saying that, oh, she looks good, or he looks good, and this is and that is and all that. And nimitta, symbolization. Always, man likes a woman, and woman likes a man. This is a fundamental thing. If you take a love between a father and a daughter, father loves the daughter more than the son, and the daughter loves the father. And the mother loves the son, and son loves the mother. Because opposite sex. Simple. It's not sexual, but it is sensual. As simple as that. And in a wife and a husband, or a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship, you will have both sensual and sexual. And that's a fact. Okay? So this Indriya will always keep on looking at the other side of it. So what it has, it sees the other side of it. So it looks interesting. That interesting what we just now spoke. So it's interesting. So you want to take, or that person want to take a decision to either keep on watching it or moving to something else. So this, we create something called as entertainment. It means you would like to entertain the eyes in one way, the ears in another way, nose in another way, tongue in another way, body is in another way, and the mind in another way. So we keep on jumping between each one of these senses to get to suck out something. So the immediate danger of that is it's distracted. Okay. Now, what I need to do is to guard the sense door. So how do you guard it? Anchor the breath. The senses stay there. And many suttas are there for that. And I found Chuladasa's Mind Illuminated a good one, which Aryu is doing it, and many people are doing it. And then if you have seen it, it's good, but don't invest too much time on that. It is about trying to get a hold on your breath. That's it. For those people who can't sit for 18 hours, sit means not sitting closed eyes meditation. Be watchful on the breath for 18 hours or 20 hours in a day, including the time of sleep, is what we need to achieve. Yes, Aryu.
Yeah, very quick question. I think some people say instead of breath, they would watch bodily feelings. Does that work equally or no? And because there will be gaps. That's the reason. That's the difference.
Yes, sir. If I take a formal meditation method like Vipassana, then I can use both the sensation of the body and the breath, and I've gone somewhere secluded. So to the limit I have secluded, it seems to work. Where I've gone, let's say I've taken my car and gone 50 miles off Dallas, and I go into some remote valley or some stuff, and then there's only VRI people sitting there. There's nobody else in life. You don't have a wife or husband or somebody to, or even an employer to tell you, hey, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, and the children are not there. Everything looks good. It's a condition. Actually, you're conditioning a conditioned. It is even more worse, because that itself is a condition. I have one condition. Instead of removing it, I'm suppressing it by not giving eyes to see anything. So I'm sitting in closed eyes meditation. Every 1 hour, I open up my eyes and again I close my eyes. It's just like somebody in a mental asylum, and then his job is to just sit there until his disease goes away. So by the 10th day or the 20th day or the 30th day or the 45th day or 60th day, you feel, wow, this is amazing. And when you come back to the world, you're back to square one. It's not going to stay. So the alternative approach, or the Buddha's approach, is Indriya Sampara. That's it. It's got nothing to do with I'll sit there, I'll go there. Nothing like that. You don't have to go anywhere. In fact, you should stop going anywhere in the mind. If I pick up a place to go, it means the mind is already moved. If I say, I stayed with Ariu, now it's time to go where? Like Amma said, the next stop is Dallas. So now I start, when I will be in Dallas, I will achieve what I want. It's contrary to what Buddha says. The mind is already moved out to Dallas. So already restlessness has started. It's not going to work. And that's the reason I said it's a 1 year thing. Not tomorrow you can do this. So break it by quarters. Break it by month, and then every 15 days as uposatta, and fix it and fix it and fix it and fix it and fix it. That's it. It starts working. And we don't have to do Attami or Ashtami, the 8th day and all of that. That is added. It's like masala, Indian masala kitchen, right? So we keep on adding some spice.
Yeah, Purnima and Amavas, right?
Yes, Purnima Amas. That's all what Buddha says. This Attami is like in Hindi, we talk about the tadka, which means you add something to already prepared to make it flavored, right? No flavor. It's 15 days only. That's it.
Yeah, I used to practice. I told you like a couple of other tradition also in Mahasi side of tradition that using the label, right? You use label to that worked pretty well for some time, but I gave up on that. And
Yeah, it has got limitation. Everything like Buddha, all of that is it has
no,
limitation.
in Mahasi-sided tradition, you basically do dhamma with labeling.
Yes.
So any hindrance, you label it. That's how you do it. And then with Goenka also, Goenkaji also explained how to practice, right? He asked, like, observe the sensation in the finger and the toes while walking, that kind of. I tried that also, but now all mixed up now.
Yes. Yes, for that reason only I'm trying to separate things out. Go by the actual what Buddha says rather than all of this, which is, I think I've lost many of my hairs in understanding that.
Right.
So basically, it's very simple. First sila, 8 or 5 or whatever you think you should, and on Uposatha 8 sila, and on other days 5 sila, it's fine. So, but don't do it like a ritual that I'll go and say, Bhante, please give me five precept. One time I ask, and the Bhante sitting like this. Then the second time I ask, sir, please give me. And he still not answering. And the third time I ask, because in the book it is written that way. And then he says, okay, here it is, take it, as though I didn't know him from the beginning, right? And then he parrots it, saying that Panati Pata Veramani, and everybody sings along with that. And sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, then we'll go for lunch. So we serve the bhantes, and then we want punya anyway. So we serve them, we wash the bowls of theirs, and they go to their quarters, and then we eat. And after we eat, they give some desana, which would be so elementary course that you don't even know half of what they're saying. And then you just say, okay, thank you, come back. That's ritual. No ritual is allowed in Buddha Dhamma. It's cleansing the mind, not adding stuff to the mind. We already had many stuff, so we don't have to keep on stuffing. It's actually emptying. There's so much, throw it, not required. Right? Ultimate aim is to remove raga, dvesha, moha. Raga as in the desire, dvesha as in aversion, and moha as in delusion. That's it. That's nibbana. So anything that comes against nibbana, I'm going to remove it. So that's my goal. In Sotapanna, I'm going to see little of it, and Sakadagami is even more better than that, and Anagami more of it, and an Arhat complete of it. And that's it. There's nothing more to say. So the second one, I'm going to close it now, is have Indriya Sambara. Sila, Indriya Sambara. These are the two things which will take a whole quarter. Clear? Yes, Hari.
So is it true to say the sila practice take to Sotapanna and the Indriya Samvara take to Anagami and the Sakadagami?
Don't put any one of those stickers right now. And you have stayed back for almost an hour, so I think I'll put this video on YouTube so that people can watch it rather than audio. In fact, I'll do both. I'll put audio and as well as that. Okay. So basically, these two things. So our point of contention for the next 3 months, that's August, September, October, is to have only these two things working, using the breath. So what's the end result? You should be on the breath for 18 to 20 hours. That's the result. But you shouldn't come back saying that, you know what, we are householders and how we can do this, and we have families. And Are you going to stop breathing just because you have family? Has it happened to you any time that you have to stop your breath when your daughter or son comes and then say, hey, excuse me, you have come, so let me stop my breath and for a while and while you're here? No, you're breathing irrespective of whether he's there or not there, or she's there or not there. So you're going to do that. Yes, Lata.
Sir, so as a beginner, we will often lose the breath and forget about it, and other thoughts will overpower. So, is there any way? Is there any technique or
Yes,
tip that?
when we meet on Monday, when we meet again on Monday, we are going to go detailed into hindrances. Because what is going to happen is it's going to hinder you watching the breath. Why not tomorrow is because let's eat it slowly. If you gulp everything on one shot, maybe it'll come down in the same hole. So let's digest it properly. So first is sila. First is not sila, goal. Set a goal. Set a goal. And when you set a goal, you need to know what the goal is. So if you say sotapanna, then what it means. How would you see a sotapanna? Right? If you say, no, I want to be a sakadagami, I need to know what a sakadagami is. And if I'm an anagami, I need to know what an anagami is. If an arhat, I need to know what an arhat is. At least I need to know the attributes, qualities, and all of that. And that's the whole thing. Before buying the product, I need to know what the product consists of and what it can do for me and how it can help me and how much it can relieve me of my pain. And then I'm going to buy the product. It is automated. So let's say it's industrial automation, some automation. I want to buy the product because I need automation. So I would like to have that. Yes, Avanti, you had.
Yeah, one last quick question for Sotapan. Okay, let me give you a little bit background. I was extremely ritualistic. Like as a child, I used to sit in one place and chant a lot. मूर्ति पूजा बहुत की है मैंने लाइफ में. But at one point, I realized that it's very limited. I dismantled everything. Everything stopped by itself. I do not see God inside the statue. That is one thing. But does it mean that, well, the question is, Sotapati, that at that stage, person will never chant Om Namah Shivaya? Does it mean that way? Because
Nothing
I do
like
chant, sometimes I do chant Om Namah Shivaya. Sometimes when mind requires to, I don't need much other than breath to collect my mind, but sometimes it helps.
Okay, good question. Good question. Let me answer in 2 minutes. Then I have to go to the breakfast. So it's like this. Very simple. You can chant whatever you want. You can chant Om Namah Shiva. You can chant Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. You can say Buddho. You can say Soham. You can say Hamso. You can say whatever you want to say. It's all about to bring back the mind from some other place to this place. Right? That's a whole. The message here is that even murti or the image you can have to center your senses in one particular place. You can have Buddha statue, you can have a Shiva statue, you can have whatever statue. It's got nothing to do with it. It's just you're creating a nimitta, a symbol, better symbol than the worldly things. Let's say I'm closing my eyes, I'm seeing a women getting undressed, and I'm not able to sit. I try doing every damn thing. When I close my eyes, the woman comes. I'm getting agitated. What should I do? Simple. Om Namah Shivaya. Or something. Okay. Why I need to do that? Because this guy will not relive. And that's the worst part. Now that I don't have any intercourse with anyone, it might just pop in. After 3 months, 6 months, whatever months, it might just come on the surface. Then I start every woman's body. I'm closing my eyes. There's nothing wrong in it. There's nothing right in it. And that's true. It's happening. Should I snub it? No. But I don't have the ability to withstand it. What should I do? Well, then you recite something. It depends on the diseases, you have to take the pill. You can't preempt the medicine. You have to take the medicine when you get there. So there's nothing wrong, Avanti, if you're praying this God and that God and whatever it is. There is no God as such, but if you still feel, yes, it makes my mind comfortable, please do it. Even those people who are Buddhist, they say Buddho, they are creating an image. Simple as that. And why that? You go to any monastery, don't they have a Buddha image? Is Buddha in the image then? Why? It's the same. Just because it's Buddha image doesn't mean that Buddha is there in the image. It's not like that. It's just to center your attention. Right? And why do they deck it up? Why? Why should somebody deck up that whole place? Just to make it centered. If you're already centered, nothing is required. So don't feel guilty. Or don't feel uncomfortable. These people are Buddhist and I'm Hindu and all that. These are stickers. You are neither a Hindu, nor a Buddhist, nor a Jain, nor an Islam, nor a Christian, nor a Hebrew, nor a Zoroastrian, nor anything. You are nothing. No thing itself. Just let those labels go away. Just fade it. Let it fade it away. Now, instead of visiting an Hindu temple, you're visiting Bodh Gaya. In fact, they both are exactly the same. It's no different. The amount of energy you're going to put in coming here to go to Bodh Gaya is the same energy what you would have done if you were to be in New Jersey. It's nothing. You will not get anything in Bodh Gaya. Trust me, I and Ari have been there. You will never get a single thing what you've imagined it to be. Because that's just a place. Just like somebody promising you, you come to San Francisco, you get something. You get Golden Gate Bridge. Is that really there? It's in creation. Anything that is created is going to get destroyed. So you created a God in it, it's going to get destroyed. You created Bodh Gaya right now, so you're going to get destroyed.
I'm no one to make judgments about anyone superior or more like at the level who have. Okay, so what the point is that I didn't mean to make any judgments, but when I shared that I am planning a pilgrimage trip for myself, and you didn't say anything on the back of
Why I didn't say why I didn't say is that it is good. It is good to do it. When you said you are doing Murti Puja and all that, and now you are not doing, and that's the reason I took this up as an example. They both are exactly the same. So don't trouble your mind that you're doing something. It's perfectly fine. You go to the pilgrimage of Bodh Gaya and all of that, nice places, but don't expect that something is going to change by going there. That's what I wanted to mean. It's not that you shouldn't go. You should go. But what we do is we expect when we go there, things are going to be totally different. No, it's the same. And it's must, meaning my mind is totally going here, there. What should I do? Go there. Like, is there any benefit in going to Vipassana of Goenka? Yes, there is. There is. Right? We shouldn't hate. There is. We should know the rationale behind doing something. So if my mind is trained, it's not going, then I have to recite. If my mind is perfect, no recitation required. That's why the reason Buddha says Sila Bitta Paramasa. That means you do it just because you have to do it. That is not no use. You do it because you require that. At that point in time, use it as a tool. So don't take me wrong in what I'm saying. You go to the pilgrimage, there's no need for you to cancel. In fact, we might also meet you there in everything works out. And I would also come to Sarnath. It's not that I'm going to say that, hey, you know what, I'm not going to come to Sarnath because I'm blah, blah. I'm an anagami, so I shouldn't be entering. No, it's got nothing to do with it. Then I'm not an anagami. If I make that kind of thing, no, wrong. I should appreciate, I should respect, I should do all of that. But deep within, I know that that kind of attachment is not required.
You have a very balanced view, and everything you say and your expressions, it's very balanced, sir. And that's what I was like keen to see when I shared this with you. And I do see balanced view. I'm so grateful for having you as my teacher.
Yeah, sure. So you should go. And I always say, you should do Vipassana of Goenka, you should do Sayadaw, you should do this, you should do, but they are all tools. It's not an end by itself, it's a means to an end. It take a means, like I go to Bodh Gaya, it's a means to an end, not a real. So I will have all of that and I will appreciate, yes, there is something. Yes, there is. Absolutely fine. But is that the ultimate truth? No. Is that a conventional truth? Yes. Should you not be conventional? Yes, you should. You should do it. Next month, I'm going to Ladakh region, to many monasteries. Tell me, doesn't that energy come in this place where I'm sitting right now? Or should I go all the way to Ladakh to get that energy? It looks stupid. What comes here comes there also. But yet, you can take someone who is interested, take him there, make him experience out of compassion so that he can understand something. And I can also enrich that. Yeah, there are people who have worked out so much there. So that energy is going to help you. Absolutely true. Buddha has meditated in Bodh Gaya, so you should go. Absolutely, you should go. There's nothing. But if I think, oh, I go there, so I'm going to get no expectations. Just go. Just open your arms so broad that the whole world can fit into it.
So right now, as you are talking, my mind is concentrated, and breath. There is no airflow. So
Yes,
does
I
that
can
mean
see that.
I'm on my breath or I'm not on my breath? I'm still on my breath, right? Does it count towards 18 hours?
Yes, it does. For a moment, I could see you were in fourth jhana. If you had not disturbed yourself, you could have stayed a little longer. Anyway, now you're out of it. Okay, you could do it. Anyone sitting here can do it. It's not.
It happens hours together, but I come out of it anyway. It happens like for several hours together. It's all I feel like it's all mind. I didn't know it is jhana, fourth specifically jhana or anything like that. But when the mind is collected, that's what it is, I guess.
Yes, it is. That's true. Anyway, yes, sir, your last question and let me run. Otherwise, I'll get less time to eat and again come back to the same place.
Nothing. I was just gonna say one thing. I think even I think Sariputta was bowing to the Buddha and in the quadrant and all that, right?
Exactly. He was doing that. He was doing that.
Didn't get to
Yes.
do that.
Yes. So, moral of the story, Sila, you start as a ritual and end the Sila completely. No Sila required. That's the point. Beyond Sotapanna, there's no Sila as such. It's done at Sotapanna. And that will remove the Sila Bitta Paramasa. Okay? It will remove Sakkaya Ditti. It will remove Visikicha, doubts, and hence your Sotapanna. From that day onwards, you have no hatredness or likingness towards any religion, any tradition, any opinions, any godly figures, any this, any that. You look everything the same. That's how the mind is going to be. It's pure to that extent. So it doesn't hate, nor it likes. So if I were to go to a temple, I would still go to a temple. There's nothing wrong in it. I didn't convert myself into a Buddhist religion. I became the Buddha's mind. Totally balanced. Nothing to hate, nothing to love. Now, when I go to Varanasi, my wife will be enjoying those ghats. Shouldn't I? Or should I say, hey, you know what? I'm now a Buddhist. Please don't ask me. I'll come to Sarnath, but not here. How stupid of me. They both mean the same. So I would sit in that ghat and meditate. I am that. That's it. Over. I go to Sarnath. I am that. Done. No hatredness. Should you go to the Shiva temple there? You should. In Varanasi, I should do that. Absolutely, I should do that. Ganga Aarti is there. Shouldn't I attend? Yes, please. No, I have become a Buddhist. What is that? I don't understand. What do you mean by Buddhist? You are not a Buddhist. You are nothing. Simple. You are in the human realm. Now you get into the Deva realm. It doesn't really matter. Just get into Deva realm. Then you get into Brahma realm. Then you do all the 4 Arupa jhanas and see the world from there. This looks minuscule. It's nothing. It's just concepts. And that's it. Anyone sitting here is neither a Buddhist or a Hindu or Christian, this, that. It's just a sticker. Just peel it off, throw it in the water, and that's it. You're done. So you don't have to be feeling uncomfortable. Oh, I'm now going there, going there. I would love you to do that. You booked it, appreciate it, go ahead and do it. I'm not stopping you. I'm just saying they both are the same. Exactly the same. No difference. Not in a word or iota of difference there. You can still recite Om Namah Shivaya. Nothing wrong in it. Absolutely fine. Do what you think works for you. Stick to that. We always take extreme view. Either we do this or we completely remove it and say, oh, you know what? There's nothing there. It's not true. Vibrations are vibrations, and Om Namah Shivaya is one of the vibration. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya is another vibration. Gayatri Mantra is another vibration. All are sound. Which sound you want to take is up to you. Why fight over sound? Sound is a sound. Anyway, I've crossed 15 minutes beyond my time. Sorry. Thanks, everyone. We are going to meet back on Monday on this subject to the next. How do you practice? thanks, Harry, for staying and then making the video possible, and then I'll upload it.